What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. You know, there seems to be a something that never dies, and that is the people that will contact me and say, Jerry, well, sweet potatoes really doesn't matter if I have sweet potatoes because it all gets broken down and does all the same job anyways in the end. So, you know, so-and-so said this and so-and-so said that, and this trainer said this and this trainer said that, and I'm just like, all right, first of all, let's go over this so that you guys understand it. There's two things that are going on when you hear someone say a macro is a macro and it doesn't matter. One, they're trying to dumb it down for you because you don't understand. And when you hear that, if you don't understand, you hear that, you go, oh, cool, it doesn't matter. I can have fucking, you know, Skittles instead of a sweet potato. Right away, it makes you want to start listening to that person more, buying their products as well as buying their advice, training, coaching, whatever the fuck it is online. So many coaches have got more people like that. And the average person who really doesn't get good results to begin with is going to get a little better results because they're going to put cardio in there, they're going to change your training around, they're going to say, yeah, wow, I got results from it. So that is very much a sales tactic to get the people that don't know any better involved, plain and simple, which is not really a bad thing. I mean, it's not the truth. I mean, there's no two foods on the fucking entire planet when you put them into your body. There's no substances at all on the planet that are the fucking same when you put them in your body. Vicodin and heroin, although both opiates hit the opiate receptors, are two fucking different things. When you look at cocaine and methamphetamine, both are stimulants. Two different things. Although clenbuterol and ephedrine are similar, they come from the same family, still have two different, they hit different receptors. Different things happen in your body when you put different things in them. You can put, you know, let's say one person has, you know, sweet potatoes for their main source of carbohydrates after their workout, or then they include Skittles afterwards, and they don't see any difference. Okay, that's that person. But there are people out there that do see a difference when they put it in their body because they're more sensitive to some things than the others. And I think that gets kind of like, it gets lost in translation because people try to dumb it down a lot because let's face facts. It's not easy to do this stuff. It is really not easy. And all these guys who are like, calories in, calories out, it doesn't matter. They progress at such a slow pace that I would have fucking stopped training. I would have fucking killed myself if that's how fast I was progressing. I would give up. I wouldn't even call myself a bodybuilder. I call myself a recreational fucking weightlifter that never fucking changed going to the gym. That's what I would call myself. The other thing that's happening, so the one thing that's happening is that they're dumbing it down. The other thing that's happening is they just don't actually know what it does. They don't understand the difference. These people that are saying this actually don't understand the difference in how the breakdown of the food itself, how fast it digests, how fast it enters the bloodstream, even the chains that it's made out of, how long or short they are, make a difference as to how this food reacts in your body. Again, going back to looking at something like, you know, opiates. Vicodin and heroin are the same thing. However, when they're broken down, they all get broken down into morphine metabolites. It's all an opiate. However, the way that they're broken down is completely different in the way that they were used in the brain. They both dump serotonin. There's similarities, but there's a difference. Now, why do you think heroin is more widely abused than Vicodin? Now, there are Vicodins that do not have acetaminophen in them, Tylenol, that can be injected. Okay, so it's hydrocodone. It's pure hydrocodone. Why is the effect different from one than the other? Because it's the way that the receptors work in the body. You know, there's absolutely a difference between Novocaine and cocaine. Although very similar in structure and from the same family, have different receptor sites that work different ways. So when you sit back and look at this, food is really no different. I know you guys think it's all fucking, it's just very simple, basic math. Calories in versus calories out. And I'm sitting there going, how much progress have you really fucking made? And you dopes who fucking say, I made a lot of progress. Fucking gaining 3 pounds of muscle in 10 fucking years is not a lot of progress. Okay? Benching 225 still for the last 5 fucking years is not making good progress. I don't know where you guys, like, you guys were the assholes in school where they were like, oh, you scored a 76 on your test? That's better than the 72 you got last time. You're doing good. You're making better progress. You sound like fucking Jason Genova where he's like, still better, bro. Oh, yeah, it's still improvement, bro. It's better than it was. Yeah, but it's not progressing any further. You're still not as good as you could be, and you've never been as good as you could be. You're never going to be as good as you could be because you don't fucking understand. I'm not talking about Jason. I'm talking about you motherfuckers that are doing this whole the foods don't matter shit. So be aware, guys. There's more going on than what you think, and you've dumbed it down as much as you want. It's not an easy thing to understand how the food's working. It's really not. And it has nothing to do with the glycemic index, which I know people are going to go, Jerry, well, the glycemic index is out the fucking window when you add protein and fats to the meal. So right off the bat, but did you know, okay, that protein is broken down into amino acids. Every food source you get of protein, when it's broken down, have a different ratio of amino acids. So how the fuck could you say that one is the same? It's like having two cars. One's a Mercedes and one's a Ford Pinto. Yes, they're both cars. When it gets broken right down to it, one of them fucking works a lot better. That's how that shit works. You know, when you say, like, well, fat doesn't matter, did you know that some fat is used to make hormones? Some fat is used to make fat-soluble vitamins. Some fat can cause people problems other than other fats. There are people that have excessively bad reactions to saturated fat. There are people like myself who have no reaction to saturated fat. I can eat fucking fat all day long out of a plate. My cholesterol will not go up. My triglycerides will not go up. You won't see any health markers change for me eating like that, but that's me. But I also understand that these things work differently in the body, and just because it works for me like that doesn't mean it's going to work like that for you. The problem is some of these people, these coaches, whoever the fuck they are, Instagram, YouTube, all this bullshit, is they think, well, this is what I do, so this is how it works. And never once did you stop to consider that the fucking human body is different chemistry-wise than every individual person, every single person. So why haven't you stopped and thought about that? Why haven't you latched onto that and said, you know what, there could be some differences here? Because it's too fucking hard. It takes too long to understand, and some people can't fucking comprehend that shit. No, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a biologist, I'm not a chemist, but I do understand the differences, and I've made an effort to go out of my way in the last 15 years, because I really didn't give a shit when I first started training, but in the last 15 years, to try to figure out why these different things work. And even though, you know, you can figure out, okay, well, why did this carbohydrate do this? Why did this do that? There's still combinations of different hormones. People that are deficient in micronutrients, their bodies work differently. They don't digest things a certain way. They don't absorb things a certain way. There's so many fucking things that go into it that to dumb it down and say, well, it's calories in versus calories out and all macros are created is just fucking dumb. It's exactly what it is, dumb. So don't be dumb. Learn some shit. bios3training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bios3training.com is a blog. Going to get tattooed again, bicep, and we're out.